That just happened. I went ahead and double checked the footage that I just recorded, and it seems that the whole first half an hour has been corrupted. I have to re-record this episode, at least the first part of it, which means that I do know partial of the game that we're about to play. I think we're just gonna go ahead and start up the game here. Welcome to The Day, which is a game that was made by what I assume to be a Danish person. He wrote under a comment, well, in a comment under one of my videos, that he would love for me to try out his game. So I'm trying it out. As you may have noticed from the intro, I did record half an hour because I apparently had no more space on my computer. So what I'll do now is I'll play through the game again. I didn't play very far. I just want to say in that first half an hour. So we will play through the first half an hour, and then we'll just kind of see what happens there. Just a fair warning, I did consider contacting the developer of this game and asking him if he wanted to take another look at the game before he sent it to me, because there's bugs. There's a lot of bugs, some quite hilarious. So we'll check this out and just kind of like see how many bugs we'll encounter this second attempt at recording the first part of the game. Okay, so first things first. I started up the game the first time, and it gave me a bunch of weird glitches with the menu. Like the menu, yeah, there we go. Okay, we're reproducing some of it. But the first time I loaded up this game, it did actually have multiple quit games. Now you may also notice the second thing, which is that we do get a texture streaming pool over something megabytes or megabits budget. That error message is gonna stay there throughout the entire playthrough. I think it's a type of developer tool that the developer didn't disable when he put out the game on his game page. Okay, let's go ahead and say new game. It was late at night. The day was the 10th of December, 1980. Be prepared for very dragged out subtitles, by the way. It takes quite a bit till we get to the next point. I got a call from an officer. He said that one body was found close to an old school. When I came, I saw it was my old school. I was informed by the police officer that the target was brutally killed. I was shocked by the brutality the murderer has shown. It's supposed to be. And it's shocked, not choked. I am pointing out things here, and I'll tell you why in a second. The officer also told me that the victim has seen two bodies, but only one was found. Notice that we're getting another error message up here as well. Your name is Erik Løvgren, and you're a detective, and your mission is to find the second body. You're revisiting the murder place in 1990 to find out what happened. Revisiting, it says. Okay, so gotta click into the game. I'm being very picky about the subtitles, and I am being a little bit more picky than I usually am, because usually the place looks abandoned. I remember when I last was here in 1980 or something, I don't clearly remember. There were police cars every mile, and I also remember the police lights shine in the fog. The pacing of the subtitles needs to be looked at too. I'm assuming the developer linked this game to me because he wanted criticism and he wanted feedback on his game. So that's the mindset I'm going into this game with, by the way. The reason I'm being so picky about the subtitles is because usually when there's bad subtitles, it's because it's a person who made the game that doesn't speak English as their first language. And I would usually be like, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna pick too much in the subtitles. However, there is a lot of grammatical mistakes. Like, for example, if there's a punctuation and then the next word starts with a non-capitalized letter, which kind of tells me that the person just really quickly glanced over the subtitles and didn't bother correcting any sort of writing mistakes. Do spend extra time on the subtitles, do a little bit of fixing there. There's pretty much spelling mistakes every single time, and grammatical mistakes too. Okay, so we need to find a key for this door. The inventory system is very weird, just to point it out. It took me a few attempts to figure out how it functions. but I figured it out in the end, so it's fine. What was that? I think that was me stepping on glass. Yes, it does that every playthrough, by the way. This is my 4th time starting up this game. What was that? Was there something outside I was supposed to see? I just noticed that now for the first time. Okay, so see how the camera is panning me towards a certain location? You will see a lot of that too. Basically, this is a movie that we're playing. We're not playing a game. We will be walking through this entire game, and whenever there's any sort of thing I need to find, it is going to pan the camera towards the thing I need to find and take all controls away from me. And just for the developer in the future, let the player find objects a lot of times. Like don't overuse the camera panning. It can feel frustrating to get your control taken away from you constantly. Okay, so here, this is where the camera pointed us to, right? It panned us towards this location here. But as we can see, there's nothing, right? There's absolutely nothing here. See, the thing is, I love knowing stuff that you guys don't. See, the thing is, there's a key right there, but you can't see it. If I walk this way, oh my God. I don't know, it's just, I'm kind of conflicted about the camera panning because, like I said, panning the camera constantly is something that takes away your control and it shouldn't be overused in that sense. But we're right now in a situation where if the camera doesn't do that, we will never find the keys because they're so well hidden. Like, they basically become invisible if we don't know we're supposed to go and look for it there. This door, by the way, continues to sound like it opens because it's glitched out. And guys, I do realize that I'm taking quite a few breaks to explain glitches. I can't see anything. I need to activate the light somehow. Activate the light. Oh, okay, so the switch does have a purpose. Oh yes! We get to see this glitch again! Okay, chill. Calm down, everyone. Okay, so there is a thing humping somewhere up there on top of that room over there. Actually, it sounds different. Is it moving around? Oh my God, it is. It reacts to whether or not I'm looking towards it. Okay. This game is scary, not because of the typical sense when you play a horror game, but because there's so many bugs and glitches. Oh, I see there's a person over there. That you don't know what to expect from it. This section here, as well, I don't know if this is intentional. Like, the audio repeats itself, it freaks out, and the frame rate gets incredibly bad past this point, just to point it out. And the thing stopped humping. In my 3rd playthrough last time with the corrupted file, that humping sound kept happening upstairs. And I actually at some point go upstairs, and unfortunately we can't get to the room where it actually makes the humping sound. So I never got to see what actually it was. I'm sitting here correcting his grammar mistakes and I'm making speaking mistakes. So it pointed us towards the desk, which means that there's something to pick up here. Last time I went that way. Don't ever go over there. If you go over there, it will crash the game. It will restart the game by itself. And if you restart the game or continue from a loaded save point or click resume game from the menu, the audio is gonna get incredibly loud throughout the entire rest of the playthrough of this game. Do not... Oh, something just moved me. Do not reload the game or resume game from the menu. So don't go that way, since it will automatically send you to the menu. I don't know, there's so many weird... It's like the game itself is scary. Not what is happening in the game, but the game itself is scary. Okay. So we got a key. Oh, was it the right key? Let's see if we can... there we go. Yeah, so we have 2 keys. That's what we're supposed to have. So we right-click the door, select the key, and then it's opened. It took me a while to figure that out last playthrough. From here, you would automatic... What? Okay. Something new just occurred to me. These chairs are supposed to fill up the stairway till here. They did that last time. I don't know if the game remembers that I pushed down the chairs last playthrough, or if it's randomized every time you load up the game. That is scary. Basically, we're supposed to like overcome these obstacles. I need to clean the way it says. And we're supposed to unlock that door. I will, by the way, just to mention it, I will replay all the way through till the end, because something happens that I can't do anything about. And I hope if I play through till the end, where I reached in the last episode, I can get past that point. You'll see what I mean once we get to it, because I have it recorded on the non-corrupted file when I tried to record this last time. Okay, I haven't actually tried going up here. Oh. This is new. I have not been up here last time. Wait, what? There's a pathway? Okay, you know what? Let's do that afterwards, because I actually did not go up here. We might actually progress a bit further than I did last time. There's a lot of wind happening in that area over there. It is so dark. Maybe I need to use some light. So we go in here, and we find the key up here. Come on. There we go. I need to find the other key for the basement door. So the subtitles are claiming there's 2 keys. I wonder if there is. There's also a note up here, by the way. If we open up the note, you will realize that it has on all the well, pretty much all the different items we have in the inventory, it kind of has a description that sounds like it was taken directly from the asset store inside Unreal Engine. Not something that was written in by hand. And if we actually read the document, it has lorem ipsum text. There's no text in here. Out of curiosity, because I don't know if this is... I don't know if I got this part. Yeah, by the way, it's gonna pan me out and say, oh, there's the key. Although, how in the heck would we see that if the camera didn't pan us up there? It's kind of like an important gameplay design element that you can't find the objects you need to find unless the camera pans you towards it. I mean, it's kind of... It's not good game design. So not saying that this is a bad game. I'm just saying that... Oh, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Don't crash. The game is completely frozen. Oh, it's back again. It got saved. I was just about to close down the game. Whew. Okay. I don't want to have to go back to the main menu and because I would have to restart the game completely. Because it would give me error messages. Is there anything in these things that we need? No. At some point I'm gonna need another key. And I would love to find something that I haven't found before. So these are toilets. By the way, these toilets here, I think the acid pack has been taken from a like Asian school, because these toilets are the type of things that you see in some places in Asia, where you have to like squat down instead. I don't know if there's other cultures around the world that uses the same toilet design, but it's not something you see in Denmark. And this is a Danish game developer. And it's the Danish person we're controlling, because his name is Erik Løvgren, which is just about as Danish a sounding name as you can get. I think the what do you call it? The outside area on top of the building is gonna lead us down to a bunch of locked doors. Okay, so at some point we need to open this door. We can't. Oh my god, the door handle's twisted. Okay, I didn't notice that before. Okay, so there's another note here. And just to not waste any time, it says the exact same thing as the other note says, which is lorem ipsum. Placeholder text, essentially. So there's nothing in this area over here, just to point it out too. What I can do, however, is I can go down the hallway. And there's another door. And inside this door here, there's a radio. A radio, he says. Now, remember when I said that if you restart the game, like load up a save point or something, the audio gets like super freaky? It sounds like there's a storm happening in your headset. This radio here, you can't hear anything it says if you do that. Let's go ahead and start it up, because this is actually kind of interesting. Everything gets dark. The door closes.
We can't deny.
So this
Spirits in this house.
we can't deny there's spirits in this house.
You shut the door.
You shut the door.
The wind closes to more.
The wind closes to more? Oh, so you close the door, the wind closes to more.
You smile and think about it.
You smile and think about it.
You come again.
You come again.
I'm sure you can't refuse.
You sure you can't reuse?
Your spirit's here.
Your spirit is here.
Laying on a white table.
Laying in a white table.
I can see it gleam.
I can't see you clean?
It is sparkling in the sun.
It's sparkling in the sun. Okay, so I think it's gibberish, which I think is a little bit weird, because this radio here, like the guy itself points out, oh, there's a radio, like I'm so shocked. And then you turn it on and it sounds like the guy who made the game played his own music and sang his own text that had a very specific text to it. Like it's trying to tell you where to go next or something. But it doesn't make sense, it's gibberish. So I'm a little bit confused about that. What I do know, however, is that we do have a key that is used to unlock a drawer. And this is where I got stuck in the last playthrough and just completely ended up stopping recording, because there's a drawer over here. there's a drawer over here. If you unlock it and open it, there's nothing in it. So, and there's nothing in there, the subtitle says. What I'm guessing is that there's supposed to be a key in here, but when you move out the drawer, the key is still stuck inside the cabinet because it's not moving with the drawer, which right now leaves this game unfinished. Like, you can't finish the game in that sense. What I can do, however, is I can go upstairs to the roof, it's called, and see what that will do, because that was kind of interesting. I haven't actually, well, we do also have one basement key. Then what do you call it? The message key doesn't fit. Yeah, there's something in there that's like pounding. The chairs are flying all over the place. Yeah, it did say we need a second key, which is a little bit weird. Like, why would you need 2 keys? I mean, why would there be an open pathway to the roof? Unless it's because the developer were too lazy to remove that pathway. Yeah, there's nothing over here. I mean, you can't deny that, like, look at the clouds, look at the sky, like, everything looks really good. It's a really good looking game. It just has an incredible amount of bugs. Okay, let's see what's down here. Hopefully an opening to an area we couldn't access before. Oh, it's locked. Okay. That audio right there that you're hearing, imagine that 20 decibels louder. That's what you hear if you start up the game again from a load point. Oh, and we are running out of battery. Are we outside? Oh, we're outside now. So you could have decided whether or not to enter the house from the roof or from the main place, like the main door. Oh, is that a locked area we can access? It's so overgrown. Wait, I'm actually getting subtitles from being in here. Can I open this and enter? Is there anything in here that I need? There's an open window. We can't enter it, so I'm assuming no. But I'm not seeing anything else we can do. If there is any sort of items I can pick up, I'm pretty sure the camera's gonna start panning towards it. That's been the... Oh, invisible wall. How nice. There is something here. But we can't go this way. Interesting. Lighting needs to be rebuilt. That's such a weird message. Okay, let's head back to the main entrance. See, the thing about having finite flashlights is that in a game like this, we need to walk around quite a bit. And where you're most likely not gonna progress for quite a while. You can actually end up in a moment where you don't have any flashlight left and you still haven't figured out what you need to do. So you need to restart the game to get more flashlight batteries so you can actually progress. Like, seriously, what am I supposed to do here? I'm so sure that this has been bugged out and we can't progress. Now, if it is actually possible to complete this game, because I don't know if I'm missing something or if that is actually bugged out so I can't continue. I would love to know from the developer if this is a bug or if I have just not figured out what I need to do to progress, because it is so buggy, this game, that I don't actually know if this is a bug. Either way, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the footage that I recorded in my last playthrough, the part that didn't get corrupted, and I'll go ahead and finish off the video with that recording there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the main menu, and I'm gonna resume game. Oh no, 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 with the audio. What's with the times? Okay, I'm gonna take off my headset because that is very distracting. And of course I'll turn down the audio for you guys too, because you shouldn't be listening to this. So far, I think that the game has a good start. It has a good fundamental base. The parts I'm struggling with is the bugs, because there's bugs everywhere. I started out with bugs. I had to restart the game 3 times to see if those are bugs or not. If the radio has just been put there to be like this, you know, cool little gadget that, you know, could be put in the game, not really for any sort of sake, but just to be put in the game, it really messes up my idea of how I'm supposed to progress this level here. Some of the game design decisions about panning the camera constantly is also something that can be quite distracting. And I'm kind of conflicted about that because some objects like the keys, for example, become completely invisible from the wrong angles, which is the angle that you actually enter the room from. So if the camera doesn't pan to where the key is, I can't find it. So the fix here would be to make the key visible and stop the panning of the camera. There's a bunch of spelling mistakes, which again, you know, I know not everyone speaks perfectly English, but there are some things that kind of seems lazy to me, like when you have a punctuation and then the next word is not capitalized. That kind of tells me that, okay, this is not a problem with the person not speaking English properly. This is a glancing over the thing too quickly problem. And in terms of the gameplay, like of the story seems fine. It's something we've seen before many times. The parts where the figure appeared when we flipped the light switch, which I don't actually know what did. We flipped the switch and we didn't really turn on any lights, I think. We just flipped it to like make this event happen where the person appeared. It was very confusing about that little segment there because I don't know if it was actually completely glitching out. And now we reached a point where I don't actually know if this game is unplayable to the point where even if I took on my headset and just kind of like, you know, try to ignore the bad audio, if I could even progress, because I think the key is stuck inside the drawer all the way back, but when I open the drawer, it's just not coming out. Like I said, it has a good fundamental base, but there's a lot of bug fixing. Once the bugs have been fixed, if I had to do this and it was a smooth experience, I would actually think this was a pretty decent game. Which also reminds me, when I had to install the game, I went to the page, you know, on itch.io where you had to download this game. It was the link that I was given by the developer. There were install instructions on how to install the game because apparently, and which I quickly found out when I downloaded it, it's not the typical way you install itch.io games. There was like Google Drive involved. There was extracting the files and then installing it afterwards. There was just so many things there. Like the guide on the page that I was given on itch.io is not at all matching up with the way I had to install to get this working. And I just want to point out these bugs are not happening because I installed it wrong, because the downloadable files and the links shown in the video guide that showed on how to install this game, they were not matching up with the links that were actually on the game page. So what I'm assuming is that the game has been updated later on to make it easier to install, and then the guides and whatever text is on the game page just hasn't been updated to match with the new files. So I'm so sorry, developer. I can't complete the game. Like, it's actually impossible for me to complete the game. It's not like, oh, this game is bad, I don't want to play it anymore. Like, that's like, I want to complete this game. Like, there's so many, it might sound weird, but there's so many bugs happening that is actually kind of entertaining to go through. And I actually thought at one point throughout this gameplay, is this a joke game meant to like make me react like this once I'm done playing it? Or is it like actually like, is this like a finished product that is to be taken serious? But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that, and say that, you know, I would love to take another crack at this game if it ever gets updated, if bugs get fixed. I would love to take another look at it, because I am kind of curious to see what the story is here. It seems interesting, although it is something we've seen before, but it seems like a neat game once bugs has been fixed. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.